firing it right into Ikuyo's wall. Ikuyo is in control of this fight. Ikuyo is telling Mannheim Township where they get to fight, where they get to move, and when they need to move again.
Connor was the MVP for Penn Manor's Gold Team for the 2019 Fall Overwatch season. His action, skill, and strategies propelled his team into the quarterfinals. Connor represents one of the many students involved in esports at Penn Manor High School. Esports brings students involved in the gaming community together, forges them into teams, and builds STEM skills for the 21st century. Throughout his high school career, Connor found it increasingly difficult to connect socially with his peers. His mother, Donna, was concerned as each progressive year he became more isolated.
So, I'm Connor. I play damage for Penn Manor Gold, and this is my mother. She's the cheer mom in the background. She's very supportive of me, so that's why she's here. Freshman year was alright. It was probably my best year because it was a new experience, so kind of getting into high school or whatever, it was fine. I feel like as school kind of kept going now, and high school kept going, it kind of got a little bit worse and like went on a downward trend. Just because I'm not a very like social person and all the interaction and everything in the classroom and stuff. I'd rather just be sitting there working by myself. So it's kind of difficult for me to like find my way into a conversation or something like that. So
freshman year was probably his best year. He still had connections with kids from middle school, still had similar interests in the very beginning of the year. And as time progressed, that kind of changed. Everyone was going through a change. Different groups of friends were moving on to other things that didn't interest Connor anymore. So there were similarities, and it just basically grew apart. You know, I noticed as Connor, the years went on, he did become less social, less, putting himself out there in a social environment, keeping more to himself. I think he started to do it more. And again, as a parent, I'm thinking, should I be worried about this? He's kind of isolated himself to playing on the computer, but yet I hear him making these contacts with people all over the world, honestly. But slowly but surely, I saw him get a little bit more excited about the interaction he had with people. And again, concerned, thinking, okay, they're all behind a screen somewhere. But slowly, some of those relationships, he started talking about some of the people more on a personal level. Again, of course, always worried about, okay, are these people his age? Are they not his age? Should I be afraid? Again, he developed some actually pretty cool relationships with people that were his age, and now having that common bond through the computer.
It was through the formation of Penn Manor's Overwatch team that Connor found a chance to change his Penn Manor story, a chance to be included.
I remember it was over the summer that Connor had mentioned that the club was coming here to Penn Manor. He was very excited, in fact, more excited than I've seen him about any school activity since freshman year. Constantly, his counselors and stuff have encouraged him to get involved, and he's done some mentoring programs, which more educational things with the field of study he wants to do. But there really wasn't anything socially or fun, so to speak. Not that he didn't enjoy those other programs, but just to kind of be a kid, so to speak, and have that outlet, there really wasn't anything. And he was so excited about this. So I'm like, okay. I think at first he was almost afraid to tell me for fear, what would I think of it? Would I let him do it? Would I be embarrassed that he wants to do it? And my comment was absolutely not. If it's something that you love and enjoy doing, and it's not a danger or harm to you or anyone else, then I'm all for it.
Not only did esports provide a new community for Connor, for the first time he was the best at something.
It was nice kind of being like almost like the big guy, like the one that knows most of everything, and when people had questions they'd ask me, and I pretty much it was nice. It was kind of nice being like that, like leader and something. It was different because I'm normally used to teams where like all it is sort of just to play the game, and it's not really meant to build like relationships and stuff. But as we kept going and played more and more, we got actually to be pretty good friends, and all of us talk, and it's nice just being able to have people that like you're similar with, and you're on a team working together, and y'all like the same thing.
His mother witnessed firsthand the change that happened in Connor.
again, one of the first things that I noticed was the excitement that he had. The excitement for going to school that day because he knew he was going to have club after school. The excitement of just the team, I think, and meeting the people, realizing they did have the same interests as him and he could feel comfortable in that environment. I have to say, for me, I've heard about it all season, but the true tell was when I actually went to see with the live batch and to see him in his element. I mean, I hear him at home with his comments and stuff, quite loud, but nobody else really knew that side of Connor. And for him to be comfortable enough to be that person in front of other people, for me, was like he's found a place. So I think that was probably the most positive thing for me to see. Yeah, and I think that he was able to play kind of a leadership role too. It was good to see. His confidence exuded, which I haven't seen in a long time. But he was proud of himself. And whether he admits that or not, I know he was. Honestly, when I came to the match, I felt like a celebrity because everyone kept telling me about Connor. And when I sat in the room, nobody knew who I was. And they just kept making comments about how great he was. And although I don't understand it, how his off-the-wall comments were hysterical and great and just, how good he was at the game.
Esports gave Connor a reason to come to school and a sense of belonging that he had never had before.
I feel like it kind of gives me a reason to want to be here, to come after and just like hang with my friends and play some video games and work together. It's kind of like, it's like how people look forward to like after school, like normal sports. It's the same thing. It's like you get to be with your friends and do something you love, and it's just really nice. And so I feel like I've been a lot happier. I really hope it continues, and I feel like kind of get open to freshmen coming in, giving them kind of a place to feel, because the transition from middle school to high school is hard, and having somewhere to go with a bunch of people that aren't judgmental at all and just they're all just there to do the same thing, just to play games and work together and have fun. Like, it's a really good opportunity.
Connor's experience and journey represents Penn Manor Esports' core value of inclusivity, which seeks to engage populations previously disconnected from the school community.